Hello. What's up? All right, what do we got here? All right, cool. Looks like we are live. Hey, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for tuning in. I do have something to share with you here. What's going on here? Okay. And all right, let's see. Are we going? All right, cool. All right. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for being with me. Don't forget to share this video no matter how you're watching this. I really do appreciate it. Please share this video. Please get it out there. Share this video. Man, I've been looking at all this stuff, and I have stuff to share with you this evening about all this craziness. Of course I do, right? Because that's my job. Ephesians 5:11. That is my job, and that's exactly what I'm doing. And there's stuff that's happening all across the planet right now, and they are calling for some of this stuff. This demonic stuff that we're seeing, they're actually calling for it. They're supporting it. They're pushing it. They're saying that you have to join in it, they're going full on worldwide communism on us, Marxism worldwide. I want to thank everyone for joining me. Please share this video. They've already hit me so hard. I mean, it's like I keep looking at it. How am I gonna survive? But I know God is in control, and that's the reason why I keep at it. That's why I'm still doing it. That's why I'm still producing videos. That's why I'm still using my voice, because I know God is in control, and the stuff that's happening to me is happening because the evilness hate the fact that I'm doing what God has called me to do. If I wasn't such a threat, they would just leave me alone. Because again, I never call for violence. I never show nudity. I never curse. I'm not downing people who use enhanced languages, but it's just something that I don't do. So I, pretty much play by the rules. The only rule I guess I don't play by is being black and conservative. I guess that's the rule. That's a big no-no when it comes to all of these people that disagree with everything that I'm saying, that I'm thinking. It makes me think about when I used to live in Arkansas, and I used to work at this particular company, a retail company. It was like a clothing store company, but I worked at the corporate office because I did IT. I worked on their servers and their systems and stuff. Well, when I left there was a particular female that worked there, and I associated with her, and I just said hi to her and stuff like that at work, but we, connected on Facebook. Well, she unfriended me because she unfriended me, and I sent her a message. She didn't block me. She just unfriended me. We weren't connected any longer. And I said, well, why did you unfriend me? She said, because I don't like your way of thinking. And it dawned on me, I'm like, what? You don't like my way of thinking? And she didn't like my way of thinking because I believed in the Bible. And I'm like, this is crazy. And this was years ago. This is before I even picked up the first camera and started, doing anything on social media. Years ago. And it was just, I was like, this is wild. Okay. So I know it's Friday night, and I will be taking your phone calls, but after I share some stuff with you. Okay, so I will be taking your phone calls. The number's the number is down below. So if you wanna see that, you can. Hold on one second. My system is not working here. It's not starting over there. You have to start it for me. Okay, so let me play this video clip for you. Okay, let me play this video clip for you. This is with Trudeau, and this is what I really want to come out with, and I want to share with you. And this is something that the world, is kind of looking to do to all of us. The world is doing this, and Trudeau is just an example. He's north of us. here in the United States of America. So, and I know people in Canada actually tune in and watch my broadcast. So this is directly for the people in Canada. Y'all need to get rid of this dude. I'm not talking about being violent, but y'all need to get rid of him. He is not for you. I mean, how is he still there? I mean, I know how he's still there. I know why he's still there. But how is he still there, right? I mean, I know the answer to that. But listen to what Trudeau says, because what he says here is the exact same thing the liberals here in the United States of America want to hear from Joe Biden. They want to hear this from Joe Biden. Regardless of our constitutional rights here in the United States of America, they want Joe Biden to say the same thing Trudeau. I'm willing to bet if Trudeau could come to America and become the leader of America, the liberal left would welcome him with open arms. Regardless, they would welcome him with open arms. Listen to what he says here.
And we have a culture where the difference is guns can be used for hunting or for sport shooting in Canada. And there are lots of gun owners, and they're mostly law-respecting and law-abiding. But you can't use a gun for self-protection in Canada. That's not a right that you have in the Constitution or anywhere else. If you try and buy a gun and say it's for self-protection, no, you don't get that. You get it for hunting. You can get it for sport shooting. You can take it to the range, no problem, as long as you go through our rigorous background checks. But there's a difference around the culture. And one of the things that we're seeing with the debate in the States is you get more and more of the American style, right to carry, self-defense arguments filtering up through the usual more right-wing communications channel.
What? Y'all heard this idiot, right? Y'all heard him. So in Canada, I mean, when I first heard this, I'm like, are you kidding me? Now he's saying that if you want to buy a weapon, it's only for hunting and sports. But if you want to get a weapon so that you can protect the life that God gave you, no. How many of you, I mean, I'm telling you, this is the exact same thing that they want them to say here in the United States of America. That is exactly what they want Biden to say. I couldn't believe it when he said it.
But you can't use a gun for self-protection.
You can't use a gun for self-protection. I mean, are you kidding? Are you kidding right now? Are you serious? When I first heard him say that, I'm like, what? And he's smiling about it. You can't use it for self-protection. Why do you think people buy firearms? Why do you think they do? It's not just for hunting. And you know what? They keep, here in the United States of America, they keep referring to the Second Amendment as only for hunting. No, it's not. It's for a well-organized militia. Well, you know what? And then you have some leftists say, well, if you're not in the militia, you don't need them. Well, you need to be ready if the militia is needed. But see, they would like for you to believe that we don't need a militia here in the United States anymore. We don't need it. They would like you to believe that, hey, we've gone to the point to where a militia is a thing of the past and will never be needed in America. I see that as a problem because we have these tyrants. We have these tyrants that are controlling America. And I'm not saying that we need to go on the offensive and be violent and attack anybody. I'm not saying that at all. I never said that. And if someone says that Will Johnson said, oh, you need to attack people, they're lying to you. They're lying to you. These people want us to be hateful. They want us to attack. They do. So then they can turn around and say, see, look, I told you those Americans, those Trump supporters, they're attacking people all violently, and it's not true. You know what I realized I think it was just like to hear the last couple of days, that the Democrats hate Americans. Yes, I said that. The Democrats, the left, these progressive, communist, socialist, Democrats, they hate Americans. You can't, and I would love, try to convince me otherwise. And you can say, well, how can you say they hate Americans? They're Americans. No, they're not. No, they are not. They have infiltrated our country. They have infiltrated our country, and then the people that have infiltrated our country have indoctrinated their minds to believe what they are doing is correct. They hate Americans. They hate freedoms. They hate the freedoms that we have, unless it's the freedoms that they want to push on everybody else. But you being a free, God-fearing American, they hate that. They hate the fact that you're a Christian. They hate the fact that you want to be able to protect your livelihood. They want to be able to protect your family, your life. They hate the fact that you want to do that. They hate the fact that you don't want to go along with them pushing the sodomy onto kids, sexualizing kids. They hate the fact that you don't want to do that. They think in their minds that something's wrong with you. You're a bigot, you're hateful because you don't want to sexualize kids. I mean, they're seriously that way. They hate the truth. The liberal left, they hate the truth. Lord Jesus, please help us in this day and age. Lord Jesus, please give us the strength to deal with these people. Lord Jesus, there's a lot of people listening in tonight. Lord Jesus, please touch them. Allow them to know that you are real, Lord. Some people have doubt. Lord, let me be an example. Lord, use me for your glory, Lord. Use me for your glory. Let them know that let them see how much I believe and trust in you, Lord. Let them see it. You know, I do these videos and I come on, I'm putting myself out there. And the reason why I put myself out there, because I fear our Father, Lord Jesus Christ in heaven, than I do these stupid, evil people. They want to disarm us, like I'm constantly telling y'all, and y'all know this. They want to disarm us so they can implement the communism that they've implemented in the past. Except for the liberal left today, all of the left, they have it in their mind that, well, we can do communism better. And that's why they hate Americans. But see, there's some governors throughout this United States of America that's standing up against this tyranny. And I think when it's all said and done, if Joe Biden decides to do an executive order and just say, you know what, enough is enough, you're twisting my arm, I'm gonna have to do executive order that you have to turn in all your firearms. I'm telling you, I'm willing to bet you're gonna have states like Florida, Texas, probably Nevada, and a few other states to say, you know what, we're seceding from the union. We're done. We're out. I can see that happening. And I'm telling you, I can see Joe Biden doing an executive order against the U.S. Constitution. Listen to what Ron DeSantis says, because see, they're wanting to push these red flag laws onto all of the states in the United States of America. And Ron DeSantis is like, no.
They want more regulation for high-capacity rifle magazines, mandating universal background checks, expanding red flag laws in the state of Florida. What is your response to that? Is a proclamation something you would consider? If so, why or why not?
So what we've done in this budget is have record funding, continued record funding for school safety and school security, as well as mental health. We've done $750 million just for school security since 2019. So we took the Stoneman Douglas recommendations, we put those into effect in both policy and with resources, and it's made a really, really big difference. With all due respect to these leftists,
listen, here it comes. This is what I love about Ron DeSantis. You know what? Let me say this real quick before I continue on with this video. You know, Ron DeSantis, when he first came governor in Florida, there was this thing between this other guy that was running against him, and I can't really talk about it now because when I did at the time, because it was completely stupid of the left, Facebook put me in Facebook jail for 30 days because I exposed what the left was doing. I mean, it was a video. I think the first hour of that video had hit 56,000 views, and it was going to hit 1 million and keep going. It was going to be nonstop. And I wish I could get in and go into details of what that video was about. But it was about, I'm not going to get into it. But anyways, listen to this. Maybe I'll do the video on my Rumble or my locals. I think that'd be a good video for locals. But anyways, listen to what Ron DeSantis says about these evil, evil communist democrats.
They just want to come after your Second Amendment rights. Let's just be honest. That's what they want to do. They don't want you. They view you as a law-abiding citizen as the target of what they're trying to do. How can they, on the one hand, say they're serious about this when they support these people who let all the criminals out of prison and they don't prosecute people?
Yes, that's 100% correct. They, you know what? During the whole demic, the plan thing, they were letting criminals out of prison left and right. It was so bad in California that the police chiefs there were saying, "Look, we can't do anything." And because the Gruesome Newsom was asking the police department, "Hey, we need for you to pick up where because the crime is happening." And they said, "We can't because you let all these criminals out. We have our hands full." But they don't understand that. See, what I've realized is that the left, they support the criminals. They support the criminals, my opinion, going to these schools because it fits. It creates the narrative for them to disarm all of us. See, Ron DeSantis and even the police officer, a police chief in Florida, said that if you show up to the school and you have a firearm, you will be met with deadly force. You will not be able to come in and harm our children in our schools. So you can hang it up. You can try, but you're going to be met with deadly force. But see, the left, they don't understand that. They think that the school should just be wide open, free game. Don't protect the children. Don't protect the children. They're lying when they say that they want to protect the children.
Anyone else?
Governor, your reaction to the Washington Post article released earlier this morning regarding your press secretary registering as a foreign agent. Just wanted to get your response.
So I am not deterred by any smear piece from these legacy media outlets. The only reason they're attacking her is because she does a great job, and she's very effective at calling out their lies and their phony narratives. And so whenever they're smearing somebody, you know that person is over the target. And so they're scared of that. I would be much more concerned with my press secretary if the Washington Post was writing puff pieces about her. Then I would think something was wrong. So,
you know what? That's so true. Because the way they demonetize my Facebook page and my Google and YouTube, because I haven't done anything wrong, I must be over the target. They're doing it to hurt me, to harm me. So I must be over the target. Any time that you're doing what God calls you to do, these demons will get upset with you. They get upset with you because you're doing, I'm telling you, me just exposing these people is what God has called me to do, and I'm owning it.
the thing people just need to understand with these legacy DC, New York outlets is we don't care what you think anymore. We know you peddle narratives. We know you lie. We know you don't care about the facts. And so you can try to smear me or anyone in my administration all you want to. All that's going to do is embolden us to continue moving forward for the people of Florida. And so...
Thank you. Thank you. I do like me some Ron DeSantis. I really do. I mean, you know what? He is the model governor. He is the type of governor that the entire nation should model after. They should be trying to compete with him on how much they can do better for their state. Seriously. I mean, just imagine if tomorrow morning Gruesome Newsom woke up and said, you know what? I'm going to start fighting for the people in my state the same way Ron DeSantis is. Not going to happen because he's a total communist. But I'm just saying, imagine in a different world, that's the way it would be. Right? In a different world, we wouldn't have this nut job here. This nut job wouldn't be here in a different world, but this is the world we live in because this is the insanity that's supposed to happen. This stupidity is supposed to happen. Now listen to what Joe Brandon says here. Because if you ask me, I could tell you it really sounds like he's calling for violence. You tell me, leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Do you think Joe Brandon is actually calling for violence here? Listen.
A lot of us elected officials have been in office for a while. Every once in a while, something you learn makes you viscerally angry. Like if you had the person in front of you, you'd want to pop them.
You want to pop him? So what is he angry about? What is he angry about? I mean, the dude still haven't how long has it been since he done an actual press conference? When's the last time he actually stopped and talked to the press about different issues? Right? I mean, seriously, he'll go on a talk show that will, make sure they give him fluffy and puffy questions, softball questions. It's not even softball. They're feather questions. It's not even a softball. They're just like, here's the feather and it's floating. Hit it. He'll go on there and talk to them. But when he said, so what is he upset about? Right? Who does he want to pop? You know what? I know who he wants to pop. I got a video right here on who he actually wants to pop. Where's it at? Where you at? Right here. He says it right here. In this video, my opinion, this is who he says, this is who he wants to pop. Listen.
I've worked with a lot of honorable Republicans, very conservative Republicans over the year when I was a senator. But this is the MAGA gang. This is the MAGA crowd. I really mean it. They have a fundamentally different view of the role of government and who should pay what.
Y'all hear him? Y'all hear it? It's really short.
I've worked with a lot of honorable Republicans, very conservative Republicans over the year when I was a senator. But this is the MAGA gang. This is the MAGA crowd. I really mean it. They have a fundamentally different view of the role of government and who should pay what.
You know what? Because we don't think we should have big government, right? We shouldn't have big government. That's the whole point. We don't think that we should be paying for someone to butcher themselves, right? We shouldn't be paying for that. We shouldn't be paying for people for them to butcher children in the womb. We don't want to pay for that. We don't want to pay for all the death that they're pushing on everybody. But again, they call for the violence, and they've been calling for the violence. They've been calling for the violence ever since President Trump walked through the White House doors, actually before he walked through the White House doors. Remember when President Trump showed up to San Jose? And this is before I was really even getting into looking at all the politics and stuff. Really, I was kind of looking at it because I hated Hillary Rodham Clinton. I still hate her. I don't like her. And the hate is a strong word because she's an evil, despicable woman. But all of this violence stemmed from the left. Now, look at what you see here. You see this picture here? What do you think is happening here? This was a group of people in 2020 trying to get to the White House so they can burn it down. All because President Trump was there. All because they were believing the lies of the left. All of it was lies. President Trump was doing positive things for this nation, and they convinced all of these people that you see here that President Trump needed to be physically removed. They were calling for that. Physically, be violent. The left has always been violent. None of this is peaceful. Look at this. Tell me, what part of this is peaceful to you? This was the left. This is the left. And you have to have the police officers to beat these demonic demons back. And it's, oh my goodness, there's so much injustice. They're doing this to us. Look what they're doing to us. This was 2020. Be clear. Let me be clear. This was in 2020. This is when the left was saying everything was peaceful. And you know what? They were trying to blame police officers for doing their jobs. And they were saying that police officers were attacking peaceful protesters. Nothing about the left is peaceful. Nothing. They're harmful to children. They're harmful to our freedoms. They're harmful to our beliefs. They're harmful to our energy. They're harmful to America. They're harmful to the planet. They're harmful to everything you can think of. The left is harmful. They have so much hate in them, and they express it here. And then they try to act like none of this is out of the ordinary. Just like this. You see this? Y'all remember this? The Summer of Love? You remember they were burning stuff left and right? And the mainstream media was like, well, this is what they have to do because they're just frustrated. They're frustrated because the liberal media, they were frustrated with President Trump being there doing the right thing for the American people too. They hated the man. So just imagine this. They hated President Trump so much that they were willing to destroy the nation to remove him because they hated him so much. They despised President Trump because of the positive things that he was doing. So if they literally despise and hate a man who has flaws like the rest of us, they literally hate him that much. Imagine how these demonic demons on the left feel about Christ. And I'm not equating Trump to Christ. They hate me. The left, they hate me. They hate that I'm a free black man that don't think the way they want me to think. They hate the fact. They hate that. I mean, just think about that. They hate white people that don't think like them. And then they call white people racist because they don't think like them. This is the world we live in. But then they say, this is okay. I apologize for the language. But see, this is what they want. This is okay. This is peacefully protesting. This is peacefully protesting. And they're like, nothing to see here, nothing to see here. Mostly peaceful. Let me ask you a question. How many times have you seen Christians, conservatives, right-wingers, Christians, did I already say Christians? Trump supporters, independents, what am I leaving out here? How many times have you seen any of them go out and burn up stuff and destroy stuff because they didn't get what they want, or it's because something they don't like, or because someone lost their life, like a criminal? How many times have you seen conservative Christians, Republicans, go out and riot and tear up stuff, the right-wingers? How many times have you seen them go out and burn up stuff because a criminal lost their life to the hands of a police officer? How many times? But they'll go out, the left, they'll go out and they'll burn up stuff, they'll destroy stuff because a criminal lost his life doing a crime. And then they steam up racial tension. Do y'all see how these people are manipulating people? I look at this stuff and I'm like, this is like, it's unbelievable. And it's like supposed to be all okay. It's supposed to be okay. Well, it's not okay. Did y'all see anything of Joe Brandon today? So apparently Joe Brandon, I think it was today, Joe Brandon did a speech. All right, he's out there bumbling. He's out there and he's talking about the gas prices. And guess who do you think he's blaming the gas prices on still? When he's the one that shut down, him and the Democrats shut down the XL pipeline. He did an executive order day one and destroyed jobs. And then he's trying to act like he's taking credit for the jobs that are coming back. But the American people know why the jobs are back. It's not because of anything that he has done. There's not a single thing that he's done that has brought jobs back. Nothing. Nothing. The American people are not stupid. And see, they count on all of us being stupid. But see, Joe Brandon here, like for all us to believe that the issues that we're having with the gas prices, $7, $8, $9, and $10 in some places, is because of
Russia.
When it's not.
They have 20 million barrels, 20 million in their silos right now. So we're trying to help them to get that, and the Russians are blocking the export. They're not allowed out to the Black Sea, and we're trying to figure out how to get it out of the country to get to around the world. It will bring down prices, but there's more. There's more than one way to solve this problem. We're continuing working to bring down food prices and gas prices and save families' money by dealing with other items.
Everything's always Russia's fault. And they're talking about, well, we need to bring the gas in. Well, you know what? We're sending gas. We're sending oil out to Europe. Right? And their gas prices are going through the roof still. Going through the roof. America is not the only place that's having this issue. This is a worldwide issue. And again, I repeat this: the World Economic Forum has this agenda that they call Build Back Better, and on their website, they believe that tearing down the world economy. They literally had this on their website: tearing down the world economy, and then building it back better is what they say, into a socialist capitalist model. It's not going to work. Look at this. This is California. I'm telling you this. And you remember, I just played a video last night where in Michigan, a police department in Michigan, they no longer have a fuel. They no longer have fuel allowance. So either police officers go and buy the fuel, purchase the fuel with their own money, or they don't drive the vehicles to a 911 call. It's starting to happen, people. Places are starting to get pinched because they cannot afford the gas.
Pulled into my favorite 7-Eleven to get diesel for my truck here. And this little note. Sorry for the inconvenience. I'm out of diesel. I've been going here every day for the last 3 years. I went in and asked, what the hell's going on? They said, Dad, we didn't get our delivery. I said, what, no truck drivers? I said, oh, no, they got plenty of truck drivers. The refinery didn't have the product to sell. I'm in the middle of Orange County in civilization, and we can't get diesel. Literally, they're out of diesel because the refinery didn't have anything to sell.
The refinery didn't have any to sell. The refinery didn't have any to sell. If y'all not concerned, or you think like Geraldo, thinking that, oh, it's not that bad, it's okay. I would like, you know what? I so want the economy to go back the way it was with Trump. I mean, my goodness. It was so much better. He was putting America first. The people in America had jobs, black unemployment. He was breaking records left and right. Hispanic unemployment. He was breaking records left and right. It was so much better under President Trump. It was a lot better. A lot better. And then they lied to the American people and saying that the economy is doing better. Joe Biden even said the economy is better than it's ever been. And I'm like, he can't be serious. Listen to what Joe Biden says here about the economy.
Today I'd like to speak about my top economic priority, fighting inflation. I understand Americans are anxious, and they're anxious for good reason. I was raised in a household when the price of gasoline rose precipitously. It was the discussion at the table. It made a difference when food prices went up. But we've never seen anything like Putin's tax on both food and gas.
Okay, I'm have to admit, I don't think I heard that the first time. Putin's hikes on food tax? What? Now I can well, wheat right? Ukraine was like a major exporter of wheat. But how is Putin controlling our food here in America? I mean, is everything
Russia, Russia, Russia.
I mean, seriously, how much more can we lie about?
Russia, Russia, Russia.
I mean, seriously, he actually said that.
The discussion at the table, it made a difference when food prices went up. But we've never seen anything like Putin's tax on both food and gas. America should also understand our economy has unique strengths that we can build on. The job market is the strongest it's been since World War II, notwithstanding the inflation. We added another 390,000 jobs last month, 8,700,000 new jobs since I took office.
You know what? This is him just saying this is what happened because America opened back up. They said we can't do it any longer. America opened back up. So now all he's trying to do is take credit for what America had to do. Businesses had to reopen. Because they were shutting businesses down left and right. And then they would send cops to your place of business to shut you down. But it was literally crippling the country. And I don't understand. There's still people that, there's people out there right now that lost their employment, that lost their income, and they're still supporting this idiot because they have it fixed in their mind that it was Putin.
Russia, Russia, Russia.
An all-time record, never that many jobs in that period of time. Unemployment rate is near historic lows. Millions of Americans are moving up to better jobs and better pay. And since I took office, families are carrying less debt on average in America. They have more savings than they've had. And we're doing it all while cutting the federal deficit by $1.7 trillion this year and $320 billion last.
So someone tell me this, riddle me this. How do you pay down the deficit when they keep spending money? How do you pay down the deficit when they borrow 40 billion? 400 billion? How much did they just send to Ukraine? $40 billion? No, I'm pretty sure it was billion. Sent it to Ukraine, and we borrowed that money from China?
China.
Seriously? $40 billion.
China.
We borrowed it from China. And he's talking about it's going down? No, he's increasing it. This is him just blatantly lying to the American people. Blatantly lying. Well, I want to show you something that kind of surprised me too. Listen to this one here. This is on the Communist News Network, or the Clinton News Network, or the Controlling Negroes Network, because they control a lot of them. Listen to this. This is the Biden advisor talking about the high gas prices. Just listen to this, and I'm gonna stop it when there's a certain reaction. Listen.
Does the White House see any relief in these numbers for Americans in the near future? And if so, when?
So, look, the president very much understands, and we very much understand, that we've got uncomfortably high inflation. What we saw in the data this month was that month on month, prices increased overall. The headline CPI increased about 1%, and about half of that was due to food and energy, which can be almost directly tied to Putin's invasion of Ukraine.
There it is again. Everything is Putin. The gas price is Putin. The food crisis is Putin. These pedophiles attacking children is Putin. I mean, everything is Putin. The border crisis is Putin. Can we make up something? The sun didn't come up, Putin. I mean, everything is Putin. Now watch this.
And so
but it's not just that, It's not.
You see? Did you see? Look, you see the expression on her face? Let me make it full screen here. Look at the expression on her face when she just got called out. Look at her. Look at her.
No, it's not.
Did y'all see that? when I first, she was like, what? You're CNN and you're doing this to me?
And so
But it's not just that, It's not.
I'm like, this is classic. This is classic here.
Prices are rising. I get it. I get the world oil markets are up, but as you know, prices are rising for everything. Used cars, rent.
Is he suggesting that it had nothing to do with
Russia, Russia, Russia.
with Putin? I mean, it kind of sounds like he is, right? What's going on here?
Absolutely. And so the president understands that.
No, he doesn't.
And so he has emphasized, he's focused on this, as part of his plan. I know this doesn't sound like a plan, but first and foremost, he respects the independence of the Federal Reserve.
Oh, it goes down to the Federal Reserve. When the Federal Reserve has nothing to do with the United States government. Nothing. The Federal Reserve is an external organization outside of the federal government that these tyrants allow to regulate our interest rate and allow them to regulate our economy. That's what the Federal Reserve is. They are a centralized bank that should never be there. The founding fathers never intended for the Federal Reserve to be created, but these tyrants, they did it anyways. They've done stuff like this all in the past, just like the states are supposed to decide whether a woman can kill her child or not in the womb. The states are supposed to decide that. We the people vote on, and if we the people in that particular state say no to killing babies, then that's the way it should be. But the Democrats took that part out of the Constitution and said we'll disregard it and we'll federalize it, saying it's the entire country. They've done that with everything. But you know what? There's people that are actually recognizing this, and there's people that are waking up to what's happening. Okay, I'm going to get to your phone calls. I don't know if you saw it, but the number down here in the ticker, I don't even think I have it set up yet here, do I? Okay, I'm gonna get it set up, but I have something else I want to share with you before I get to the phone calls here. Y'all know who this is? Have y'all seen this crazy nut job before? I want y'all to listen to what she says about. Just listen, because it's only, she's kind of bragging the fact that they're not giving security for the Supreme Court justices. And you know what? I think, let me just play it.
Now, I wake up this morning and I start to hear murmurs that there's going to be an attempt to pass the Supreme Court supplemental protection bill. The day after gun safety legislation for schools and kids and people is stalled. Oh, so we can pass protections for us and here easily, right? But we can't pass protections for everyday people? I think not.
This is the way I see it. When the Republicans were pushing this safety security for the Supreme Court justices, basically, this is the way I perceive it. I could be wrong. Leave me a message. Plenty of people do. The way I see it is that they wanted to put it in place to where you cannot tell people to go protest at the Supreme Court justice's home. By opening that up, by allowing that to take place when they're not supposed to do that in the first place, because you had Jen Psaki encourage it, you had Nancy Pelosi encourage it, Joe Biden even encouraged it, because even Psaki was speaking for Joe Brandon. The left, they were encouraging it. But so where's the safety at? There is no safety. And I guarantee if people showed up to this evil, demonic woman's house and protesting against her, she'd be, oh my goodness, they're terrorizing me. Oh my goodness, let me run somewhere. And she probably wouldn't be at home saying it if they're protesting at her home. Oh my goodness, they're protesting around my home. I'm so terrified. And she's in another country. That's the way she does it. That's the way she does it. This is happening right now or not right now. This is Amy Coney Barrett's home. You remember they've been protesting around Brett Kavanaugh, and then some nut job showed up to Brett Kavanaugh to kill him. Now this is Amy Coney Barrett's house, and you can see his BLM, some pedophiles in the mix here, Antifa's in the mix, abortionists in the mix. Just everything that's demonic and evil is right here protesting against him.
Ho! The handmaid has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! The handmaid has got to go! Why is the photo on the side?
Hey, hey, ho, ho! The handmaid's got to go.
No privacy for us! No peace for you! No privacy for us! No peace for you! No privacy for us! No!
So they show up like this. Now, I can't tell if that's like a security guard or what, but when it was Kavanaugh, they had Brett Kavanaugh, they had multiple police officers there just lined up. So now they're going to have to go there and line up. They're going to have to put more there. I just don't understand. Well, I mean, I guess I kind of do. But I want to play a couple more videos here because before I get to these phone calls, because I want to play these. Now, this one is, again, this one here is a major issue. I want you to listen to what this young lady says here, because this is completely on point. It's completely talking about these demonic demons. And this stuff has happened all throughout the country. And people, you better wake up. That's why I'm constantly telling people, share the video, because I'm exposing them. People need to see it. I'm doing my part. Please do your part. Share this video. Listen to what she says.
Laura Edwards Leeper, who brought pediatric gender care to the United States, says, and I quote, "There are no studies that say that if we don't start these kids immediately on hormones, when they say that they want them, that they are going to commit suicide. The long-term effects of puberty blockers and cross-sex hormones is largely unknown. What is known is that bone density and brain development is adversely affected."
Ma'am, respectfully, if you could please wrap up. Your time's been exceeded.
Marcy Bowers, a trans woman and current president of WPATH, on the effect of puberty blockers on biological males says, and I quote, "Every single child who is blocked at standard stage 2 has never experienced an orgasm. I mean, it's 0. These young men are also rendered irreversibly sterile. Don't make California a refuge for what will be seen as the largest medical scandal in history. Educate yourself. Thank you."
That's just absolutely horrifying.
Any other witnesses in the room?
Now, listen, a Democrat is going to come up and say her piece about this. And just listen. Look at the demeanor. Listen to what the Democrat says. And listen to the tone.
Room to speak in opposition.
Here's the opposition. Listen.
Please approach the microphone and please just state your name, organization, and position.
My name is Kristen Brown. I'm a resident of Sacramento Region. I'm a Democrat, and I oppose Senate Bill 107.
And she's about to cry. Oh my goodness. Because they don't want these kids to be butchered? She's about to cry. Oh no, we need to butcher these kids. It's just loving to butcher them. These people are demonic and sick. I mean, how else do you explain it? I mean, look at her. Look.
Please approach the microphone and please just state your name, organization, and position.
This is in their mind. This is their mindset. This is someone possessed by a demonic demon thinking that, hey, we need to be able to do these to these kids and tear up these kids and torture these kids. That's what they're doing. They have no idea about protecting children.
My name is Kristen Brown. I'm a resident of Sacramento Region. I'm a Democrat, and I oppose Senate Bill 107.
I mean, really? Really? You're going to cry because they actually want to protect children and stop you from butchering them? You're going to cry about that? Look at this one.
Hello, my name is Gabrielle Clark. I filed the first federal lawsuit against woke indoctrination in America. My daughter goes here now, and I will not tolerate any kind of indoctrination of my daughter at all, period. 3 of those people that Jackie talked about, I found lawyers for this morning. We're done with that. We're done with our children being groomed. We're done with having to deal with boys and girls' bathrooms. We're done with all of that nonsense. Everywhere around this country, people are sick and tired of listening to all of this yaggity-smaggity about equity and inclusion and all of this nonsense, when we really need to be talking about reading and writing and math. We're done with that. Y'all need to get your budget right. Get this school district right, because we are sick of it. All over the country, we are sick of it. Parents are done with this nonsense.
Done. I love it. I love it. So what do you think? What do you think? Does she look like a terrorist to you? Oh my goodness. These terrorists are coming in all colors now. Oh my goodness. It's not just white people. What are we doing? What are we doing? People are sick of it. We didn't grow up with this nonsense. This wasn't something that the school board was pushing onto people. It wasn't happening. It was not happening. And see, that's the reason why the evil Democrats are going to the extreme right now. And if you think that they're not going to do something else, then you are sleeping. They are going to do something else. I'm telling you right now, either they're going to do it or something else is going to happen, and they're going to take advantage of it. They're going to, and if it's something positive, they'll pervert it. Whatever it is, they're going to take something, just like what happened in Uvalde. They took that crisis and they utilized it for their political gain, and they perverted the death of those children. They're still doing it today. Let me say this too, and I know, and things are tough, right? And I get it. I need your support still. I still need your support. For those of you that can, those of you that God has put it on your heart, please consider going to my website, uniteamericafirst.com/donation and supporting me. Please. I'm going to this trip to the road to majority. I'm going to Road to Majority. This is actually next week. And they've already provided me with a hotel. They provided me with all access passes to where I can go backstage and talk to all these high profile people with my camera. So I would be there doing that, going live. This is gonna be the first event at this magnitude that I will have this much access to an event. But I need your support. Please go to uniteamericafirst.com/donation. uniteamericafirst.com/donation. I'm being told it's going to be off the hook. I'm being told that this is going to be one of the largest ones of this year. So please, if you like my work and you want me to go to and interview these people, because I get to rub elbows, but I need your help to get there. That's the only thing I have to do is get there. One young lady actually supported me. She asked me not to say her name. She sent me a little bit, and other people have sent me something too. But I'm asking you, please, find it in your heart to support me. Help me get there. I would greatly appreciate it. Let me say thank you to the people who's blessed me during this broadcast, if I can. And then we're going to get to your phone calls. I see people already starting to call in. The number is in the ticker there. I purposely put it in the ticker for tonight. So please check out the number in the ticker. It says holler at me. And there's another number in there too after that. But I want you to do that as well. But the number is in the ticker if you want to call me. Let me say thank you to a few people, and then we will open up the phone lines and you can call me. Hey, I'm just going to have to ask you though. leave the hearings that they're talking about. Don't even bring it up, because if you do, I'm just gonna have to let it go, because they already got me on whatever it is that they're trying to do to take me down. So don't talk about it. Okay, I know that it's stupid. It's completely stupid, but I'm asking you, if you want my channel to stay up, my page, you're going to have to help me out. There's a way we can get the message out. We have to play the game. You know, Satan control these people. Felix, hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the stars, Felix. Denise, I hope I'm saying it right. Thank you so much for the blessings. Mike, thank you so much as well. Thank you so much, Mike, sir. Mike. Allison, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. And then Michelle, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Michelle. And Francis, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And Donna, thank you, Donna. And then Carrie, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Carrie. Christy, thank you so much, Christy. Stephanie, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Denise, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And then Sandy, thank you as well. Thank you as well, Sandy. And for PayPal, thank you so much, Sandy. All right. Let me look here. Sometimes people will send me Venmo, and I end up missing it. All right. All right, so let's get to the phone lines. Are y'all ready? Are you ready? Here we go. Hold on. All right. Hopefully I got it set up right. Okay. Let's go to the first one. Look like we got Kathy from Nevada. Is that right? Let's go. Let's see. You there, Kathy? Do I not have it set up right? Oh, hold on. Hold on, Kathy. I think I know what it is. You know, I haven't been doing this all the time. No, that should work. Okay. Okay. Hey, while I'm doing this, thank you, Julie, for the stars. Okay. I'm not sure why I'm not hearing. I'm pretty sure it's on my end. Hold on one second. All right, so I'm not sure why I'm not hearing it. I know for a fact that it's on my end. Hold on one second. I had a major power outage today, and I think that I know the power outage knocked something out here. So give me 1 second. Let me see if I can figure out what's going on here. And that should be working. I'm not sure. Okay. You know what? Hey, let me see if I can do this. All right.
Hello, thank you for calling me. This is Will Johnson, UnitedAmericaFirst.com. Please be patient. I will bring you on the line as soon as possible. First come, first serve. So remember the number for the future. Be listening.
Okay. Now I got it. I'm not sure what the deal was, but it's coming in now. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay. Let me see. I think we got it now. Okay. Let's try this again. Let's try Kathy from Nevada. You there, Kathy?
Hello?
Hold on one second,
Yeah,
Kathy.
I'm here. Okay, I hear ya.
Hold on one second, Kathy.
No problem. I'm here.
Okay. Before we do it, let me just say thank you to Liz for the stars. Liz, thank you so much. And then Brenda, thank you so much for the stars. And then Bonnie, thank you so much as well for the stars. And Carrie, thank you so much. So if you go to uniteamericafirst.com/donation and you support me there, I know your name will show up there, and I'll ask my producer if she will let me know, and I will say thank you publicly, if that's okay. All right, let's go to Kathy. Hey, Kathy, thank you so much. Thank you so much for waiting.
You know what, Will? Thank you so much for what you do. You're amazing.
Oh, I appreciate it. Wait, what? You know what? You say I'm amazing, but let's give God all the glory.
Yes.
Thank you.
You know, that is so truthful. All this stuff going on in the world today, well, especially our country, which is totally nonsense
Yes.
for us Christian people. That you know, we all sit back and shake our head and think, what the heck is going on?
Yes.
I yesterday, and I'm not one that you know, I'm home mostly. I don't go out much. I go see my kids, my grandkids, and run around and do this and that. With the price of gas, you can't even go anywhere when you're on a fixed budget, right? But yesterday I was listening to, you know, the news and all these shootings and just what's going on with them trying to interfere with our First and Second Amendment. And we have all these people that are actually listening to the lying media, and they don't really get what they're going after is to take away our First and our Second Amendment rights. And there was so much on the media yesterday, and I'm not one that gets, like, you know how you get really mentally pissed off in your brain over stuff when you're hearing all this stuff? I all day yesterday was so pissed off because of people. Come on, people, wake up and see what they're trying to do.
I know. You know, the question is why do you think they don't want to pay attention to it? Or why do you think they do see it and then they ignore it? Why do you think that's the case?
Sometimes I think it's fake media out there saying what they're saying, and I like to go on because I don't pay for no cable. I go on Facebook. I have my Fox News. I don't listen to any other big media stations but my little people, and which they're great. And, you know, I read comments. 99% of the people that comment on Fox when we're talking about what we're talking about, they are just as pissed off as I was yesterday, okay?
Yeah.
But then you get that 1%, and they make comments on there, and I just shake my head and I think, where are you people thinking what you're thinking, that you're so for what our government's trying to do to us? They're controlling, they're lying, they're evil. It's sickening.
100%. And they you know what? And they it's like they like it. It's like they just give right into it. They give right into it. So.
Oh, I was so mad yesterday. I was on the phone with my people, just, you know, general, and I was like, oh my God, I was just outraged, and I never get like that, but I see what's going on, and I hope that 99% of the people in the United States of America see exactly what we're seeing, because that 1%, they're lost. They're totally lost.
They are. Well, hey, Kathy, thank you so much. Yep. Thank you so much for the call, Kathy.
Okay. God bless you,
God
Will,
bless
and
you.
everybody on your YouTube station, all the comments. You're all wonderful people.
All right. You too. Thank you. Take care. Okay. Let me see. Let me move it over here. Let me move this here. Move that there. What's that? Candy? Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you so much, Candy, for the Cash App. And then Victoria, thank you so much for the Cash App. Thank you so much. And then Carson, thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Let's go back to the phone lines. And again, uniteamericafirst.com/donation if you want to help me get to the road to majority. Okay, let's go to Liz. Hey, Liz, thank you so much for the call.
Hey, you told me to call you tonight. Listen, I want to ask you a question. This afternoon on your radio broadcast, did you have an issue? Because all of a sudden, that one guy was talking, and all of a sudden I had nothing.
You know, what happened was it was a really good one on my radio show today, and the power went completely out.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
I'm like, where'd he go?
Yep, the power just went completely out. Apparently, from what I'm being told, is that there was a vehicle hit a pole and knocked out the entire neighborhood. I mean, it's really, really odd, but knocked out the entire neighborhood.
Yeah, well, if that's not Satan working, I don't know what is.
Because it was a really good one too, and I mean, I was getting all the points, and then boom, I'm like, wow, what are the odds? What are the odds?
Well, I gotta tell you, the young lady was talking about what's wrong with the world. They've dumbed down America so much that they don't even know they've been had.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
And if you're not over the age of 45, 50, forget it.
Mm-hmm.
You've been lost because they've lied to you for so long. You can't tell the difference between the truth and the lies.
And then when someone comes along and share the truth with you, then they get upset with you because that's not what they've been told. And then they don't want to believe the truth.
Well, yeah, and that's part of the problem is what you've been told. What happened to critical thinking skills?
Yeah, well, they don't like critical thinking, but they do like critical race theory.
Right. My granddaughter is 7 years old and has more critical race thinking skills than most of the adults I meet.
I believe it.
Sincerely.
I believe it.
It's sad. It's sad. It's okay to think for yourselves. It's okay.
It is.
It's allowed. It's okay to disagree with people, so long as you do it civilly. I mean, we might actually be able to solve something if we had open dialogue.
But you know what? They don't want that.
Not everybody is all right or all left. There's somewhere in the middle for most of it.
But they don't want that. They don't want that, because if you have open dialogue, that means that people that they're indoctrinating might hear something that they don't want them to hear, and they have to prevent that as much as possible. And that's the reason why they're doing all the censorship. The government's even behind it, because they've even admitted that they're working with these socialist tech companies to censor the American people. They've even admitted it.
Right.
So.
And you and I are their worst enemies, because you're a black man and I'm a woman. And they can't handle the fact that we're standing, and a black woman is even more so because they can't handle it.
Well, because they're used to black men running away from the plantation, but when a black woman does it, then they be like, oh my goodness, now we're really losing control, because they believe that they own black women, they control them to the whatever. So
and underestimate them, because I gotta tell you, I know some really savvy black women, and believe me, they are figuring it out. They may have been a little bit more hesitant than you or I, but they're not anymore, because they're coming at their kids.
They're coming after the kids. Yeah, coming after the kids, and they can't even drive to work because of the gas prices.
Yeah, and I mean, I can appreciate being on a fixed income. I mean, when my car insurance has gone up, and I hardly drive, and my car insurance has gone up $20 a month, that's a lot of money for me. That's a lot of money for a lot of people on.
No, I believe it is. It is. I mean, you know what? It is. It is.
You add food and your gas and on, and your electricity and your water bill, and it adds up.
It sure does.
$20 here, $5 there. It does.
It sure does.
But it's their way of controlling us.
Yep.
And that's about, and blaming Putin. Poor Putin. The man gets in trouble for everything.
Absolutely. Well, absolutely. Well, hey, Liz, thank you so much for the call.
All right, talk to you later. Have a
Take-
good one.
You too. Take care.
Bye.
All right, let's go to Deborah from Florida. Hey, Deborah, thank you so much for the call.
Hi, Will. How are you?
I'm doing it. I'm
oh
doing
my
good.
Goodness. Oh my Lord. It's like we are turning into Sodom and Gomorrah.
Oh, you know what? I kept saying, it's funny you say that because a couple weeks ago I was saying, if you ever wonder what Sodom and Gomorrah looked like, you no need to wonder anymore. We're seeing it.
Exactly.
No need to wonder anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah. These go ahead.
I'm glad that I live in the great state of Florida, and it's not just the Sodom and Gomorrah part. It's the whole thing. We live here and we live in a great neighborhood, but I'm seeing more and more people. I go to Walmart, just went there today, and you see people with baskets, homeless people out in the parking lot and stuff, and it's going to happen more and more and more because people are going to lose their homes. People can't, it's like, it's insane.
It is insane. And what really gets me is that you actually have parents that are taking their children and participating in this demonic stuff.
It is. I lived in Dallas in the 80s. I lived in Dallas in the 80s. And when I was younger, this was when I was 18, 19 years old. And me and my boyfriend, we used to go to those just for entertainment and stuff. Those drag bars have been there since then.
So, but what is it? But what is? Yeah, but what is it? What is it when? I know there's been times like, if you really think about it, they had like a long time ago, men would dress up in dresses and they would go on stage and they knew that they were men doing it, but it was like they were doing it to be funny and entertainment, right? And just the Japanese, they did it. There was a whole bunch of them doing the skits and stuff like that. But
I've also been.
But let me say this.
I've also been down to.
But we live.
Acapulco.
Yeah. But
these are the way these people live. And it's the
right.
way
But
they
my
think.
point is,
But it's
that they're taking kids, they're taking children to this stuff, and they're having the kids put the dollars in them, and they're doing this for demonic reasons, and they're not. I don't call them drag queens. I call them dragon queens.
Yeah. Well, you remember when, what was it on Good Morning America?
I remember. Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about.
They had that amazing Desmond.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. That's insane.
It's child abuse. It's child abuse.
It's satanic. That is satanic.
100%. 100%. Well, hey, Deborah, thank you so much for the call.
Absolutely. Have a great night. God bless you.
God bless you. Take care. All right, let's go to, I believe this is Susan from Louisiana. Is that right? Hello, Susan. Thank you for calling.
Hello, Bill. How are you doing?
You know what? I'm doing to be expected.
Yeah, I understand. Well, yeah, I agree that the world is like Sodom and Gomorrah. I've thought about that. And it says in the last days that it's going to turn more like Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yes.
Also, another thing, what is wrong with the children or the people that as they growing up is because they have removed discipline out of the home. The state people need to not come in and do. I'm not talking about no beating. I'm talking about discipline because the Bible says spare the rod and spoil the child.
Mm-hmm.
That is the main thing, I believe, along with the evilness, the wickedness, and Satan. It's getting closer to the end of time. But anyway, as far as that, by you not disciplining a child, that is what causes them to be so evil and not listen. They just will not listen to you.
Yeah.
It's basically letting them raise their own self.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't want to listen. And then you have the left that will encourage it. Because I remember one time the left, and it's really odd because it's the left that's saying, oh, you shouldn't be disciplining your child. That's a child abuse. But you can groom children That's not child abuse.
I know. That's about.
It's so bizarre.
Well, I get tickled at my senator, John Kennedy. He cracks me up. He is hilarious.
You know what? I like him. You saw the last one when he was saying it's cheaper to buy cocaine and run around everywhere than buy gas.
I did. That was hilarious.
Oh, so that was good. That was good.
I know it's kind of like the Southern sayings. I get so tickled at him when he says them Southern sayings, and people be like, I know people's like, what in the world was he even talking about? You know, somebody that I've talked to that lives in another state, they were like, if I told them now to listen to this, it's hilarious. And they were like, what is he even talking about?
Yeah. You know, a lot of people don't even pay attention to what's going on. A lot of people, they're just complaining about the gas and complaining about the economy, but they don't understand how it's happening. That's really the scary part. So, well, hey, Susan, thank you so much for the call.
Well, God bless you.
God
and
bless
if they
you.
would open up the pipelines and all this, it would end up to get better.
Yep, absolutely.
And they took the child's food down to the border and gonna give it to the people crossing over rather than the United States people.
Yep, they sure did. They did that with the baby formula. Absolutely. So, well, hey, Susan.
God bless you.
God bless you. Take care.
You too. Have a good night.
Bye. All right, let's go to Tevin from Pennsylvania. Hey, how you doing, Tevin?
Hello.
Hello. What's going on, Tevin?
Hey, Will. Hey, Will. What's up? Oh, I got some things to tell you.
Okay, do it quick.
Okay, sure. Yes, sir. So, a couple of my patriotic friends just got done. We drove all over town where I live, and we were putting up some slips on people's cars, notifying them what's going on in the schools and with all like with the wokeness and everything, and like putting all the satanic pedophilia, and it's pretty crazy. And also, I got a story for you. We just found out that a kid just snuck into the school and into like the boys' locker room and like they literally like went down on him and started giving him I'm sorry, I can't say it, but you know, and like the police were notified, man, and then it's like all this crazy like the police were notified and they arrested this kid, and also they filmed the incident, and the two filmed it, and then now all the kids in the school pretty much had the video. I just found out about it like this past week, and we were all talking about it. And then,
hold on, let me make sure I understand. You said a kid snuck into the school?
Yes, this is a true story. Like in this one school out where I live, and
okay,
and he gave him.
Okay, wait, hold on. Start over again, because you said the kid snuck into the school. Was the school not open?
And the school was open. No, it was during the school time, like it was during like gym class.
Okay, so why would he have to sneak into the school?
I guess like he was trying to meet up with a friend. That's what I was told. And
okay.
Like, also when he met up with him, and they did their business, and he filmed it and also shared it with like other students in the school.
So this was a male student.
Yes.
And he snuck into this other school to meet his male friend.
Yes, this is a true story. It sounds crazy,
and they're
but
having
it's real.
and they're in the school, and they're recording them having relations with one another in the locker room.
Yeah, in the gym, in the boys' locker room.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they called the cops. So someone called the cops. What did the cops do?
They arrested the kid. My friend showed me a picture, but the school is like covering it up.
How old is the kid? Do you know?
I don't know, but this was like in a high school. That's all I know.
That's crazy. And so then they recorded, and then they shared the video with everybody.
Yeah, and then we all feel bad because now this kid like has no idea what he did, like, and he feels like it's really gonna mess up his reputation.
You know what? It is, because that video is gonna forever be out there now. It's gonna follow.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, it's sad, and that we all had this conversation about like an hour ago about like it's just getting worse and worse. And we had to get the message out there, and we want everyone to see it, like see what's really going on, what they're teaching these kids, and like not just that the schools are woke, the churches around here in the area are all woke. It's very upsetting.
Yeah, it is upsetting. It is upsetting. You know, and they even talk about in the last days how the churches will become corrupt. We're seeing that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
we're seeing.
You got that right. Yeah.
We're seeing that.
Sorry that I got trampled up on my words earlier.
No, you're good. I just wanted to make sure I understood. No, you said it right. I just wanted to make sure I heard you correctly.
Yeah.
Because that's a wild story. It's like, wait a minute, did you actually just say that? Wow. So
yeah, this actually happened this past week.
That's crazy. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised with the school trying to cover it up because they want to protect their sodomite kids. It's crazy.
Yeah, you got it right. It's just bad, man.
Yeah,
it's really messed up.
Yep, it's jacked up. All right. Well, cool. Well, hey, thanks so much for the call.
Thank you. God bless you. Will.
God bless. Take care. All right, looks like we have a new caller. The last four is 6378. 6378 is the last four. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from? You there, caller?
Sorry, that's me.
Yeah, that is you. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Oh, wow. I am calling from Cedar-Woolley, Washington.
What's your first?
Border.
Okay. Give me your first name.
My first name is Kelly.
Kelly, awesome. What you got for me, Kelly?
Well, I've got a hell of a story for you. I have, for a year and a half, actually since November 20th, 2020, been receiving messages from God, Jesus, aliens, angels, archangels. I have been being taught. I'm one of the 144,000 who's come back to help move everyone on to New Earth. And we have so many people out there that are not waking up. They need to wake up. If they don't wake up, they are not going to live. They are not going to New Earth. The evil is losing. God is winning. All of the bad aliens have been extricated from our Earth now. All that is left are the people that are evil. And there's not that many of them. Most of them have been executed, and many are still being executed down in Guantanamo Bay. I've got oodles of information on all that's going on. We need to start praying. Everyone in this earth needs to start praying together and joining each other in Christ, because God is here, and He's here. He's been saving our planet. We've had 4 attempts at total destruction of Earth, but God will not allow it. And so we are winning, but we need to start praying like crazy. Evil is scared to death of God. So if you start praying in front of them in their presence, they will back down. God is here, and a bunch of people are here helping Him. And that's what this earth needs to be doing, joining together as one with God.
I completely agree. We need to join together with God. And these evil people will be defeated. But,
yes.
But I would have to say that God, and even in the Bible, how it talks about the Antichrist will be on the scene, and it's going to be really bad. It's going to get a lot worse than it currently is. We're seeing the beginning stage. We're seeing the beginning stages of it. It's like the mother with birth pains. It's getting worse, a lot worse. This demonic stuff is increasing.
Yes, it is, because they're panicking. They are panicking.
Yes, they are.
They hate Americans. We are their biggest. They hate us more than anything on this planet.
Oh my goodness!
So
yes,
they are really, and God knows that. So He has been helping us, and there's so many people out there trying to contact everybody on this planet. Everybody who's listening to my voice needs to go to the internet and look up aliens, look up angels, look up God. Everybody, they're trying to talk to all of you. All of you. It's not just me. I'm trying to get the word out. But they are trying to contact everybody on this planet, because the good aliens are here to save our butts and help us. And they
are you saying aliens? Disease. The good aliens?
Absolutely. Good aliens. Outer space aliens, they are ancestors. I am part of a Cerisian group.
Okay.
I'm serious. You may think it's funny. Open
No,
your heart, open your mind.
I mean,
They're all over. There's millions of them in our space right now, but they're cloaked right now. Every once in a while, they're showing themselves because they want us not to be scared of them when they land. They are able to cure everybody of everything, and they will bring back everybody that died from the bad injections, and it will be heaven on earth. It will be 1,000 years of living everything you can dream of. We are all elevating to the fifth dimension.
Well, I'm gonna have to. I hear what you. I hear what you're saying, but I'm gonna have to. Me personally, I believe what the word says, and when Christ returns, with the millennium, that'll be different. But and also, I don't think that we're the only planet in the whole galaxy, the universe, that has life on it. And I think there's so much more to it, and but we're on this one little rock in this whole scheme of things, and I think we just really need to concentrate and pay attention to what's happening to us here. So, well, hey, Kelly,
that's exactly what it is.
Yep.
They're here to help us.
Yep. Well, hey, thank you so much for the call.
To God,
all right.
the only answer.
Take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. It is Friday. Hey, you get to call in and talk about it. So let's see. We got another new caller. Looks like the last four, 7391, 7391. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Will. This is Victoria. I am Huckleberry in your Getter chat. How are you doing?
Awesome. What state are you calling from?
I am calling from North Carolina.
North Carolina. What you got for me, Victoria?
3 things, and I'll make them fast. First of all, the fentanyl crisis. I see this every day when I'm out in the field. I work with properties as a code enforcement officer, and one day I seen someone OD in the back of a retail store in the back parking lot, OD, pants around the ankles, showing his stuff. Walked 500 feet from that store, and we had a homeless tent camp back there. And I've noticed those have popped up all over our city, which goes to my second thing. Not long ago, we had a brief news story about silencers were found coming across the border. My opinion only, is those silencers that were being smuggled across the border in large volumes were meant to do as much destruction to a mass amount of people without bringing, a lot of people into the noise, if that would make sense. And the second thing I want to say is we lost our battle between good and bad in our country when we let them take the 10 Commandments out of our schools. The thing about that, it didn't matter what kind of home life you come from. I come from a lot of domestic violence in a very poor, area of our state. And every day I walked in, it did not matter what went on in my home. I saw the 10 Commandments, and it was instilled in me, right and wrong. And we lost our battle when we let that happen. And that's all I wanted to say.
Well, you know what? You're absolutely right, Victoria. Absolutely right. And when they removed the 10 Commandments, that's when we really started to see the downfall of our schools and all of the violence and all the perversion going in. And now they're pushing the perversion into the schools. They're literally pushing it into the schools, and at the same time, they do not want our children to actually be protected. It's disgusting. So, well, hey, Victoria, thank you so much. Go ahead real quick.
I live in a town of 700 people, and we had a second grader bring a gun in his backpack. And I know God says, or when 2 or more are gathered together as one, there I will be in the midst. And we, as your listeners, should donate a time during the day where we all stop and pray together, because God is the only thing that's going to turn this around. Yeah. And with that said, I want to thank you for all you do. And I remember one day I was having a really bad day at work, and I happened to go on YouTube, and I saw you buying people's gas. And I want you to know you really just warmed my heart that day. And thank you, and you are truly God sent. And keep up the good work.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, have a good day.
All right, you too. Take care. Okay. Yeah. You know what? I was actually thinking about that the other day, and I didn't do that because I was trying to get people to like, oh, look what Will Johnson is doing. Look what he's doing. I give all the glory to God. Like she said, you know, it warmed her heart because she saw me doing that, but I give all the glory to God. I can't accept any of it, right? Give it to me. It just goes right to God. That's who I want to be. That's who I am. I can't say that Will Johnson is, you know, this or that, because I'm struggling. And now I was making income, and I was, let me do something, but you know, they've actually removed my income. I mean, just imagine, how am I still doing this, right? I can only do this because of your support. And I'm only asking those who can do it. I know some people can't do it. And if you can't do it, just hit the share button. Share the video, right? I mean, that helps out a lot. I mean, it used to help with the monetization, but now at least it helps with, you know, getting the message out, because that's the most important thing. Right. And that's why I ask people if you can go to my website, unitedamerica1st.com/donation, and help me out. Help me continue to do the right thing. Right. We all have a part in this. All right. We got another new caller here. The last four is 4704. 4704. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Iran is the Church of Satan. Oh, it's Kerry. Sorry. Name first place. Just outside of Reno.
You say, okay, your first name's Kelly from Reno?
Kerry.
Carrie.
Your old buddy Kerry.
Oh, what's going on, Carrie?
Your troublemaker. Yeah, that was my good behavior. Iran is the Church of Satan.
Iran?
The literal church. Yes.
So you're talking about the nation is the church?
The country. Well,
the country?
The leadership of the country, yes.
Well, I could say they're all of Satan. I can say that. Yeah, I would agree with you. You see what's getting ready to happen, right?
Church, oh no, what I miss.
Israel just made a public announcement that they're getting ready to attack Iran.
Oh, good.
They made a public announcement.
Oh, I mean, no, that's terrible. We shouldn't encourage this. Well, actually, no.
I mean, you know, they're gonna have. They don't have. The problem is they're putting Israel in. They're backing them up to the wall, so they don't have a choice. Because Iran said as soon as they get the capabilities of destroying Israel, nuking them, whatever it is, that they're going to do it. So Israel doesn't have a choice. So when I was like, man, look how we are in the last days. And I'm not talking about a day or an hour. I'm talking about the events that are taking place. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm referring to. We're seeing it, and they publicly announced that they're going to do it. So we'll see what actually happens, though.
I got one last little thing. For all of the doubters out there, I remember Will's old channel, that silver plaque behind him. Yeah, it's real, people. That was, he actually earned that. I remember because I was mad. I thought he blocked me.
Yeah.
And then I found out they just nuked his channel from orbit. Yes, people, his silver plaque is real. I remember the day you got that too.
Yeah. I still actually have it. It's on my wall right here. It's on my wall. But
I'm away from my computer, but I assumed it was behind you.
Yeah, it's actually on my wall over here. It's on my wall over here. So I thought about maybe say, hey, look, it says Unite America First on my YouTube play button, but they deleted the channel. They deleted all the subscribers. So. Anyways, well, hey, thank you so much for the call.
Yeah, hey, don't ever forget, Iran people, be watching them like a hawk.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you get to everybody else.
All right, take
Good
care.
night.
Good night. All right, let's go to Joyce from Georgia, right? We got Joyce. Hey, Joyce, thank you so much for the call.
Hi there. How you doing, Will?
I'm doing it. Thank you so much for calling, Joyce.
Oh, you have such great programming, and I'm so glad we got somebody like you that will tell the truth.
Yeah, you know
No
what?
matter how much it hurts,
Yes, it
you
does.
still tell the truth.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
That's what we got to do.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
We
ma'am.
got to tell the truth.
Yep, and
And,
they're penalizing me for telling the truth. They are penalizing
That's
me.
exactly what they're doing.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's so sad. But you know you're doing good when the devil's on your toes.
And you know what? I'm really excited to see what God has in store.
Oh, he's got more in store
Oh
for
yeah.
you.
Oh yeah.
You just keep hanging on.
I'm gonna keep
And
doing
I'm
His will.
so glad that your friend pointed out that scripture to you in the Bible, because you're doing just what God wants you to do.
You know what? It's so profound. Ephesians 5:11, and I have my Bible here, and I've been keeping it open to Ephesians 5:11, and it says, "And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness,
That's right.
but rather expose them."
Expose them. That's right. That's what we got to do.
Yes, and that's what I've been doing. So I'm owning it. I'm owning it. The Bible,
You are.
this is
You
exactly
are.
what I've been doing. And I know I've read this at some point before, but it didn't click for me. My producer was going through and she read it and she said, "Read this." And I said, "That's me. That's what I've been doing."
Yep.
So I claim it. I own it.
Well, it wasn't for you back when you read it before.
Yes, ma'am. You're absolutely correct.
I mean, my father was a Baptist member, my pastor, my grandfathers. So I've been in church all my life. That's all I know. And my kids have been raised in church, and that's all they know. That's all their kids know. And they're so tender-hearted. One of my grandsons just graduated, and he's got the heart of an angel. He always takes care of those that are less fortunate. Sometimes my daughter tells him, "You got to slow down just a little bit."
Yeah, absolutely. Because the bad thing is some people will take advantage of them. So, well, hey, Joyce.
But most of these are just, they came from the poor side of the family, and they just don't have nothing.
Yeah, I know.
We've got a lot of families like that in Georgia.
Yes, ma'am. Arkansas too, Texas. I mean, there's a lot of us, but we need to stick together. So, hey,
We
Joyce.
got to stick together, and we got to keep God going. And you have a great night.
You too.
And you go on your trip and have a good time.
Thank you. God bless.
Okay. Good night.
Good night. All right, look like we have another new caller here. 1845. 1845 is the last four. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Will. This is Elsa. I'm in Salem, Oregon. How are you?
All right. What's your first name again?
Elsa?
Elsa?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. What you got for me, Elsa?
Just one thing. But before I say this, just one thing. I just want to say I'm really enjoying these Southern accents that are coming on. But there is a scripture. I don't know what it is. I can only remember kind of the basics of it, the context of it, which is when enough voices call out God's name and pray for an end to the wickedness is when the end of the wickedness actually will happen. I wonder if somebody knows that scripture, if they can help me out with it.
Say it one more time.
When enough of the human race calls out to God and prays in his name, that an end to the wickedness comes, is when it will come.
I would have to look that up myself. Because I know that in Revelations it talks about, I don't think it's referring to what you're referring to, but what comes to mind is that it says, how much longer would they cry out to God? How much longer are you going to allow this evilness, this wickedness to torment us, to do this to us? And even God says the time has not come yet. Because I know it's going to get a lot worse for all of us. And if the entire world just said, "Lord, Lord," called out to God, it would be a different story. But the entire world's not going to do that because there's these people, they're indoctrinating children, and there's so many of them that are just completely lost. So
I completely agree. And I have to say, one of my knee-jerk reactions is to react to all of this with hatred. That's my sin. And if I don't curb it, if I don't do something about it, I'm not going to go to heaven. So I think that I need to temper myself a lot. And I see that a lot of people who are conservative really need to temper themselves a lot and really open themselves up to love thy brother, which is, I think, one of the 10 Commandments. Love your brother, love your neighbor as you would your brother, or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not really.
Well, the thing is, me personally, I think Jesus, when he was here, he set the example for all of us, right? And you have a lot of people that try to twist what Jesus was doing, because when he was, he was with the tax collector. He was, there was time when he was with the prostitutes. He was with the people the fornicators. He was with people that were committing sins. But he wasn't hanging out with them, telling them that it's okay to continue with their sins. He was hanging out with them to get away from that. And then the people that hated him, what did he do? He showed them kindness. But he was also telling them the truth. And that's where the problem comes in. People don't want to hear the truth and they get angry. So he was completely kind, completely truthful with them. And then they turned around and they're angry with him and they hated him because he was telling the truth. So, and that's where we're seeing the exact same thing today. People do not like the truth.
That's right. And I think a lot of what you're saying comes from the book of Matthew, which is a complete inspiration for all of us to follow.
I completely agree.
So,
well, hey, Elsa.
That's all I've got.
All right. Thank you so much for the call.
You have a good night.
Thank you too. Take care. All right. Look like we have another new caller. Last four is 8666. 8666. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Well, this is Kim Thomas, and I'm calling from Zionsville, Indiana. How are
Hello,
you tonight?
Kim. I'm doing it. What you got for me, Kim?
Well, the lady was asking what verse that was, and it's 2 Chronicles 7:14. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land.
Yes.
That's it.
Do you think that's something that could happen now?
No.
The question is why not?
It's too far gone. We're too far into what Revelation says.
Yes.
And there's another thing I want to call out briefly on the Bible. And the word sorcery. From the Hebrew Greek Bible, that word means pharmaca. And there is a verse in Revelations, I can't recall it right now, that actually speaks about what's been going on with this pandemic thing. So sorcery means pharmaca.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't get out.
I've heard that.
But I have the Hebrew Greek Bible, and I translate a lot, getting real meanings. But anyways, the subject I want to get on is that the United Nations put out an article, a statement about shortages that are to come. And I'm wondering if people are really realizing how bad it's going to get and why our government isn't warning us.
You know what? I think it's going to get real bad, extremely bad, my opinion. And the reason why I think the government is not saying anything is because they know that people will begin to panic.
Well, they can't have that with an election coming up.
Absolutely. And they can't do that. They want to try to keep control. They want to try to keep control as much as possible. Because if we go into election and look at the gas prices right now, that's going to hurt them. That's the reason why they're like really screaming about the gun violence. Oh my goodness, we need gun control. We need gun control. You know, they're screaming that and saying that we need to vote Republicans out so that they can do more gun control, basically removing the capability from us being able to protect ourselves. We don't want that,
exactly.
Right? And they're trying to deflect from the gas, right? And this whole thing, what they're doing right now up on the Hill, they're trying to deflect from all the stuff that they've been doing to the nation. So
they're definitely doing that.
Yeah, that's all they're doing. Distraction. But you know what? The American people are feeling the pain. The American people are feeling it right now. So we can't get away from that.
Well, here in Indiana, there's some BP stations, and people aren't aware that's British Petroleum.
Mm-hmm.
They're a very major company.
Yep.
There are some stations they had installed new pumps in. Well, now they got new pumps sitting out there. You want to know why? Because the current pumps here in Indiana only go to $9.99, 3 digits for numbers. Now they're getting ready to install these new pumps that can carry 4 digits. So I guess the sky is the limit. Yeah, so
I guess so.
Yeah, they're getting prepared for gas to be over $9.99, which I find, I've reflected on that a lot.
Yeah, you know,
So
I was going to say, it wouldn't surprise me if the gas doesn't hit, $12 within the next 2 weeks.
Well, Build Back Better is tear down and start over again, like you stated, and like I've been aware of.
Yep.
But I would really like to warn people. There's big shortages coming up. Sugar is one of them right now because India is no longer going to export. And Brazil has stepped up production, but they're not going to be able to keep up with that. And, of course, we know women's products are in shortage. And that's not going to clear up anytime soon. So people need to start getting ready. They need to start getting food put back.
Absolutely.
Because it's going to get bad. I've been preparing for 5 years for this. The writing has been on the wall for a long time.
Yep. And now it's here. Now it's here. And one of the things I know I put on my website, because I have people ask me, well, what can we do? And there's a program that I'm using, and it's preparewithuaf.com, where you can buy, these storable foods, right? And a lot of people are like, well, it's kind of expensive. Well, compared to the prices in the stores and you buy the storable food, I mean, you have food when it all hits the fan, and it's coming. They don't want people to pay attention to it. They try to, and they're literally blaming Putin for the food crisis that we're having in America. They're literally blaming Putin. I mean, it is wild. It's wild. What is there anything that they won't blame Putin for?
No, they blame him for everything and been blaming Russia for years. It's
Exactly.
just the way it is.
Exactly.
They got to have a scapegoat and take it off their back.
Yep.
But it doesn't work for a majority of us, and a lot of people are waking up. And one thing people need to remember, no matter how bad it gets, keep your faith in God. No matter what.
Absolutely.
God wins.
Yes.
God wins.
Yep.
And we win along with them.
Yep. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
But I want people to get prepared. I'm well prepared. I don't know I got quite a few years worth of food, but we don't know how long this is going to last.
We don't. They say you should have at least 3 months. That's what the rule of thumb. But I think it's gonna be. I think you need to have more than that. I'm just saying, right?
I got a couple years worth.
Yep. Well, good for you. Good for you. Well, hey Kim, thank you so much for the call.
Thank you, and God bless you.
God bless
you for all you do.
Yes, God bless you. Take care. All right, we got Sherry. Is that right? Sherry from Montana. Is that right?
Sherry's close enough, Will.
Okay. Well, it says Sherry.
Well, depends on how you spelled it. How do you spell it on your control?
It shows up as Sherri. Sherry?
Shari.
Oh, okay. How about I update it?
And it's pronounced Shari.
Charlene.
No. Shari.
Shari.
Rhymes with
oh. It's almost a Shari.
Rhymes with
Okay.
Shari.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
was listening to your previous callers, and they're talking about preparing. You know, they say 3 months, they say 6 months, they say this, they say that, and I say prepare for as long as you want to live. Okay?
That's the best answer right there. That's the best
Prepare for
answer.
as long as you plan to live.
Yep.
If you plan to live for 3 months, plan to live for 3 months. If your food's going to run out by 3 months, then learn how to grow your own, learn how to grind your own, basically, in everything that you do.
Yep. You're absolutely
That's it.
right.
Well, I'll keep it short. And speaking of gas, you guys were talking about gas. A year and a half ago, when I moved to Montana, it was $1.95 for expensive gas, and cheap gas right now is $4.89.
$4.89. I think
Yes,
it sounds
for
like
the junky off-brand gas.
wow. That it probably has, dirt in it and water in it and everything else in it.
Uh-huh.
You ever see the movie
So
Mad
anyway,
Max?
let that sink in.
You ever see the movie Mad
gosh,
Max?
Yes. That's old school, Bill.
Am I dating myself? It's almost like they're really pushing for that scenario, right? It's almost like that's what they're pushing for.
Remember, that's the second movie. The first movie was no, you're right. Mad Max was the first one where he was
Yes.
the cop, and the
Yes.
Road Warrior
Yes.
was when everything just went full blown.
Yes.
But remember that was it was just it was creeping up on us, and then the next stage is the second movie.
Yeah, I see that. So, well, hey,
So yeah,
Sher-
a word to the wise, everybody, prepare for as long as you want to survive.
Absolutely. That's the best one.
All right.
And how you pronounce
Good
your name
night.
one more
God
time? One more.
Oh, star, like it rhymes with starry. It's Shari. Like
Shari.
the actor Omar Sharif.
Shari. I like that.
Yeah.
Shari. Thank you, Shari.
Well, thank you.
All right, take care.
There's a long story behind that name. I won't bore you tonight.
All right, appreciate it. Take care. Take care, Shari.
All right, take care. Be safe. Bye.
All right, hey, you know what? Real quick, let me say thank you to a couple people that has blessed me since we've been on here. And please, if you can, uniteamericafirst.com/donation. If you see this page, you know what I'm talking about. There's a video right there at the top of the page where I'm talking about what happened, and you can scroll down on the page. And if you want to support me to keep going, to continue fighting this battle, anything is greatly appreciated. uniteamericafirst.com/donation. I don't like the fact of having to ask. I was like really working hard trying to get there. So Cynthia, thank you so much for the Venmo. Thank you so much, Cynthia. I really do appreciate it. And Denise, thank you so much as well. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for the blessings. And Joe, thank you so much for the super chat, Joe. Thank you. Joe Brandon. I like that one. And Mandatory Carry, thank you so much as well for the super chat. Thank you so much, sir. I really do appreciate it. And Lou, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much. And is that it? I think that's it. No, maybe not. Shej, thank you so much for the super chat as well. That's unique as well. Thank you so much. Okay. Let me see. We got one more here. We got a new caller. 8353 is the last four. 8353. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from? You there, caller? Going once. Going twice. And
goodbye.
We're done. All right. Well, cool. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for all of the support. Thank you so much for sharing the video. Thank you so much for being here with me this evening. I really do appreciate it. I can't tell you how much it really means to me that you tune in and have the conversations with me and you share the video. We just need to remember that we are the body of Christ and we need to stick together. I'm not perfect. I don't ever claim to be perfect, but I'm doing what God has called me to do. And I need to get better at it. That's my goal. Thank you so much again, everybody. God bless. Good night. Have a wonderful weekend.